Perfect. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Let's
I'm
see.
kind of sad towards the end of the week. Like I know a lot of people who, have regular 9 to 5s are so happy when the weekend comes, but I'm usually ready for Monday by the time the weekend's over with.
Right, because all the fun stuff for us happens
Ex-
during the week.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Well, listen, today we are going to go over the 5 steps to getting a fast start making money with a side hustle. So we're gonna give you guys some heat and some hints and tips today. And let us know in the comments what you think. If you have any side hustles that you've been doing that you would like to share with the audience, because we'd love to know. We might want a couple extras under our belt too. So let us know in the comments below. But today we kind of want to give you guys like some of the sauce that we have, right? And just go over some things to make sure that this is a nice progression for everybody of what we're doing. We don't want to make you feel like we're jumping in and you're not able to keep up. So
Yeah, the whole saying, how to eat an elephant? One bite at a
time. Yep.
So we don't want to give you the whole elephant because you'll choke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're here to help you succeed. So the first tip for today is going to be create a budget of time and money for your new hustle. We went over that in the Monday podcast, and we really want you to understand that the first step to doing that is writing down everything that you have going out, and then write down everything that you have coming in and see where you have space as far as your finances go. Do you have some subscriptions that you might need to turn off? Do you have some gym memberships that you haven't used in 6 months, but you've been paying for it, right? So kind of take inventory of those things, and then write out your actual day-to-day schedule, the things that you absolutely have to do, the things that you would like to have time to do, and the things that you kind of want to do, but it's not a priority, so that you can figure out now the money that you have available and the time that you have available, because that's going to help you determine what that side hustle looks like.
Yeah. And if you're on our newsletter this morning, first of all, check your email, read our newsletter. But also IPS you guys that this afternoon, we'll be sending out a free bonus, which is a marketing and business resources worksheet to help you put your plan together. So, it's like, okay, used this for 15 years we work with thousands, as much as 100,000 people on our teams that we've worked with. And it really comes in handy. Not every single person needs this to figure out what they're doing or what resources they need, but I found that the majority of people do, even if they don't know it. So we're going to send it out this afternoon. So if you're not on our newsletter, make sure you go to pips4brunch.com, because these are things we send out that aren't on the show, because that's a Google document. So we need to send that to you in an email. So go to pips4brunch.com, make sure that you are subscribed before this afternoon when we send that out. Okay. So the second thing, we're talking about the 5 steps, right, to getting a fast start. The second thing is, now that you've, put this budget of time and money together, so you're saying, okay, I'll just make up, I've got $300 a month to put into, the resources to put into marketing, education, supplies, and whatever else that you need, right? And I've got 15 hours a week. So that would just be an example. Someone else I had somebody come to me, says I have $20,000 and hardly any time. Like, we all wish we had that issue, right? But he literally had no time. So we put a different plan together for him than we did for other people, right? So now that you have that down, like, this is how many hours a week, this is the times I'm going to work on things, this is what my resources are, this is the capital I have. When you get that worksheet, it helps you figure out what are your immediate resources, and as far as money goes, how much time do you have on a weekly basis, and then also what can be what money can you continue to contribute on a monthly basis. So usually have some starting money, and then you're freeing up a little bit of money every month to keep putting into, again, marketing, supplies, education, coaching, that kind of stuff, right? So once you've figured that out, now you have to decide what really aligns with your time and money budget. I mean, obviously this gentleman we assisted, who had $20,000 to get started in his online business. We were helping him with an internet marketing business, and little time had a different plan put together than somebody who had $100 a month to put into their business and 20 hours a week, right? So there's different things, and we'll talk about more in depth as we go on with the show. But one of the things that whether you have a little bit of money or a lot of money to get started is affiliate marketing. I like to think of it as freelance marketing because it really costs nothing to start. You can go up to something like ClickBank and create an account there. And again, this is going to depend on which country you're in because I do not accept all countries. But if you're US based, you can go in there, create an account with them, and you can find products and services. Now, there are some tips and tricks to finding products and services that sell better than others, which, Christina and I do in some of our private coaching. We can go into like really specific details, things we don't have time to do on a 30-minute show, but you can go into something like ClickBank, and there's a ton of other places to go as well. And there are products and services already done, most of them information type of products, which is a huge growing industry right now. And people will pay you to refer business to them. And the beauty of that kind of marketing, again, is that you can do it with social media, you can do it word of mouth, you can do it through paid advertising. So this gentleman has a lot of money, no time, and drive traffic that way. But the beauty of that is majority of those types of products and services, you're just bringing referrals over. You don't have to do the support, no customer support. You don't have to do any shipping like, in e-commerce. You still got to deal with all this stuff with the customers. It's not like e-commerce at all. It's a completely different business model. So that's just one time. I'm just giving you one type of business today that you can think about doing no matter what. I'm trying to, no matter what your situation is, it kind of falls into all categories, if you will. So I'm going to turn it back to Christina because I think what we want to talk a little bit is what I keep touching on with mentoring and coaching. So,
right. Like that honestly is one of the things that I can say that propelled me forward faster. Mm-hmm. You see who I'm working with, Christy, is a mentor of mine, because the goal is to find somebody who's where you want to be, learn from them, and then do what they do. We have mentorships for everything that we do, for trading, and not just for trading like foreign exchange, for trading cryptocurrency. We have mentors. We have mentors for marketing. We have mentors for personal development. And that kind of gives you that extra edge that you need. And it gives you something to hold yourself accountable to, because you've had this conversation with your mentor, right? And then when you have that follow-up conversation, did you do what you said you were going to do in our last mentorship meeting, right? So finding somebody who is where you want to be in whatever area of industry it is, whatever it like type of side hustle it is, and don't be afraid to reach out to people, because you'd be surprised how many people say yes. Like I have mentorship for people for social media, and I found them on social media. They were like, yeah, I'll help you, right? So find somebody who's doing something big or doing something that you are passionate about, that you love, that you find to be fun, right? That can make you money or generate income for your household, and kind of lean towards that mentorship, plug in, take the direction, take action. And usually with mentorship, you're going to get some actionable plans. I know with us, with trading, a lot of our personal development came in the form of us reading a lot of books. Mm-hmm. And taking a lot of notes and implementing a lot of the strategies from those books into our daily lives. And understand that when you're taking part in mentorship, it's not something that happens overnight. So don't be upset if you don't start to see results day one, right? Because you are learning some things about yourself, some things that you might want to change or tweak or sharpen. And it takes a bit of time to get those new tools that you're going to be using sharp enough to use and be successful with. So that is definitely tip number 3, is to find somebody who's already where you want to be, learn from them, and do what they do. Like mentorship is key.
And I think it's a hack. It's a time hack, because, you can try, I have a graphic for this, but I don't know where it is. I pull it up. But you can try, let's say something has 4 variables. Let's say you're looking to start something online. So you need, a website, you need a capture page, whatever. You need emails, whatever it is. If there's even just 4 components and you have to try all the different combination, would take you years to figure out the correct, unless you got lucky. real early on. Same thing with trading, right? There's several components, risk management and entries and exits and all kinds of different things. And if we would, if Christine and I would have tried to figure out how to trade on our own, or if we would have tried to YouTube university it, we would still not be profitable, most likely. And so for me, mentoring and coaching or finding somebody you look up to in all areas, and it could be you're working on your marriage, you really with and learn from them, because you know what, they have struggles, but they push through them. So same thing with anything. And when it comes to for just time hack, and can you still hear me?
Wait, there you go. You cut out for a second. So go back to the time hack.
We have two resources that we need to put into whatever it is we're doing, and it's time and money. Money is replenishable. Time is, you can never get, lead myself forward with, you do both, then I'll pay for that information, because I know that my time is more valuable than anything else, because I can't get it back, right? So to me, mentorship is a time anything else. You have a lot of times that accountability. Mentors can also be someone that you follow, right? You don't necessarily daily basis, but also personal coaching. You have those people. One of my personal coaches, Dave, in the affiliate marketing and internet marketing space, I check in with him every 30 days. I got a check in for him, right? I have to check in with him. I don't have to, but I feel like he told me to check in with him, gives me the form to check in with him, and it makes me think every single month, like, what's going well, what isn't, what you learned from it, what are you trying that's new, is there anything I can assist you with this month that you need some advice on? And because it's like an accountability partner, it's a perfect accountability partner for me, because I don't like a daily accountability partner, but knowing that I'm going to have to check in with him every 30 days, it keeps me on my toes, because I don't want to do anything this month. Sorry.
Right.
Never mind. Right. Because his time is valuable as well.
Yep.
And so, finding a mentor is definitely a time hack for me. If you've ever read any books on how to quantum leap yourself forward, that's one of the things that you can do, is learn from somebody who already is where you are. And then the fourth thing is, and we talked about this a couple different times this week, is creating a dedicated and consistent schedule for putting things into the action. One of the reasons that Christine and I are doing this show every morning is because, number one, we're accountable to each other, right? So we have this thing that we're doing every single day, Monday through Friday. So it's great, for a way for us to get our information out to you, but it also keeps us consistent. In something to do that's consistent, and then it gives us social media content for the whole rest of the day. So creating that schedule, and putting aside whatever, and that I talked about this yesterday too, be real about it, right? Be real about it. And then when you're using that time, let's say on Sundays you use 1 to 4 to get some stuff done, that it's actually the income producing type of activities, and it's not just reading email or doing your personal development of 30 minutes of reading and stuff like that.
Right.
Doesn't count, right? A little personal development is separate. That might be another 15 or 30 minutes of something you do every day on a consistent schedule. One of the things for me is I get up in the morning. For me, I used to do motivational stuff, but that right away, it doesn't work for me, right? I have to do something active. The first thing I do, so I get up, grab my water, go pee, right? Do all that stuff. And then I come in my office and I get an email out to my list, right? And so I just feel like that way I know I've done an income producing activity. If the whole rest of the day goes to total crap, which happens to the best of us, right? This week has been crazy because one of the businesses Christina and I do is we create income through building a network of hotspot miners for helium. And I had a whole shipment. If you're on my Facebook page, I had a whole shipment of them in this week. And so I've been busy. I went to the post office 3 times yesterday. So sometimes your days are crazy. But I know that if I got that one thing done in the morning, it was income producing, at least it's done. So, creating again, that dedicated and consistent schedule is really important. And then the last thing, and this is going to come later, and I'm going to let Christina talk about it. It's going to come later once you get profits going in your business. But I think this is really important to understand, because if you want to grow your business, you're going to have to do this.
Right. So you really want to get into the habit of reinvesting your profits, especially in the beginning. If you're starting small, is definitely a very, very big priority for you, because technically you're not profitable until it's starting to meet those goals that you've set for your business that are helping to change into what you want it to grow into. Right. So for the example that we're using for the week, right, we're gonna stick with that example, and we'll have a TikTok out for you later in the week for this example. But starting a business with $1. I do the paper book wreath. I make the $25 off of that, and then I reinvest that entire $20 back into the business to buy more supplies to produce again. It's the same thing that we were talking about, was it Monday or Tuesday, when we were talking about paying off credit card debt. When you pay off one card, you don't put that money back into your budget. You start paying off another card, right? You start to you get a compound effect at what you're doing, especially if you're reinvesting that money. Now, if you're not doing physical products, maybe you want to reinvest the money that you're earning for advertising, right? Maybe you want to do some Facebook or Instagram ads. It takes money to do that. Maybe you want to go like I did last summer. I went to like FedEx. I got a little sticker thing and put it across the back window of my car. But that was from money that I had from the business to reinvest so that I could advertise more, because I sit in traffic, like start to put that money back into your business until you start meeting those milestones and those targets for your business, so that you can say I'm consistently profitable. Because until the business is paying for itself and paying you to run the business, you're not really profitable. You're generating income, but it has to go back in so that you can keep it going and grow it larger. So don't try to like count your chickens before they hatch. Right. Don't like spend your money before you get it. Make sure when it comes in, you have a way to reallocate the funds, because you're good. Trust us, in the long run, you're going to need it. And then you can start to have some of those, like we were talking about earlier this week, those emergency funds for the business, right? Maybe a celebrity comes to the city that you weren't expecting, right? Maybe a venue comes to the city. Maybe you want to get a billboard in that area. Maybe you want to do a radio ad because there's going to be more traffic, right? Maybe you want to get some of the little signs or hire some of the people to stand outside of your business because you're in a high traffic area, right? One of the things that one of my friends did that was a restaurant, or that is a restaurant owner, is when he first launched or opened his restaurant, the very first day, he paid 25 people to stand in line outside.
That's smart.
Yeah, it generated like the traffic that these people are waiting. This was not here yesterday. These people are waiting for a reason. Let me hop in line, right? They still came in and they pretty much used the money that he paid them to purchase their meals, but he paid them to stand in line, and that generated the traffic that he needed to make his very first day a profitable day. So start to think about the ways that, based on the income stream, the side hustle that you have, start to think about how you can reinvest that money to grow your side hustle bigger and bigger. It's going to benefit you. It's going to annoy you in the beginning if you're not used to doing that type of thing, but it's definitely going to benefit you in growing your business in the long run.
Yeah, in today's newsletter, we talked a little bit about one of the things that we've seen people, they get stuck. And one of the reasons that I've seen people get stuck is they're afraid to put money back into their business. if you think about any kind of successful business, Amazon, do you think Jeff Bezos says, oh, that's all pure profit, we're not going to put anything back into business to try new things? So, there are some formulas that we can teach you as well. And some of our advanced stuff, we do that. But when you very first start, a lot of times it's reinvesting 100%. And I'll just kind of give you a small advanced thing. Once you get things automated more and you're paying for tools that help to free up your time, right? And things like that. Even later when you're profitable, rule of thumb is that 80-20 rule, which comes into all kinds of different areas of business. But in this case, it would be, no matter what, taking 20% of your profits and reinvesting it back into advertising. And then if I take it just the tiniest step further for advanced, let's say you have, I'll make it a round number, $1,000 in profit coming in. That means that you're taking $200, okay, and putting it back into, let's say, advertising, okay? That $200 now, you're taking it and you're doing it, you're playing another 80-20 rule to it. You're going to take 80% of that $200, which is like what, $160, and pay for advertising that you've already figured out works. Then you take the other 20 and you try some new stuff that may or may not work until you find things that work. So you're always reinvesting. In the beginning, Christine's right, like 100%, like I put almost all my money back in. Like, don't, if you're really like, but I have to get a side hustle going right now because I need money to pay for my car. Okay. If you make $500, put at least 100 away then for stuff for your business. And at least apply the 80-20 rule, no matter what, like, cause that's something that you will want to stay consistent with all throughout, your business, even if it's making $1 million. Okay. Right. So that's just kind of like a little advanced tip. We have a whole course on that though.
Yep. So make sure you subscribe to the newsletter because, you don't want to miss the sauce. You don't want to miss the freebies. We won't be giving them all out on our podcast. So come over, make sure you get the newsletter. We'll give you some extras. Make sure that you, go ahead and subscribe today though, because I would like to get some feedback from you guys from the giveaway that's going to be in the newsletter this week. Like, let us know if it was helpful. We are always looking for ways to improve and help our community. So if there's any feedback, things that you would like to see coming up, right? Let us know. We're open to that type of feedback. We love constructive criticism. It's always great.
Yeah, so we want to give you guys things that you feel like you need or are lacking.
Right. Like we want to help close some of the gaps that come between being a W-2 employee and a 1099 employee and that journey that it takes to go from one to the other, if that's what you choose to do. So let us know if there is like different ways that we can help you. We might already have it scheduled for you. But us knowing that it's going to be a good topic, a good conversation is always awesome. Sometimes it encourages us to do a little bit more or extra too. So listen, don't forget, follow us on our social medias. We're going to have the TikTok up for you this week. I'm actually almost done with the reef too. So we'll have the TikToks up for you this week. We will have more like snippets and content available on Instagram and inside the Facebook page. And just making sure that we're doing what we can to help everybody succeed in this space. Because at the end of the day, we want to make sure like our mantra reigns true for you too. So at the end of the day, we want you to make more, right? Live more and give more, just like we do. Okay.
Yeah. And please, if you're watching this later on YouTube and that's how you caught us, please subscribe and like and share our content. We really appreciate that. Like, right. We love you for that. Thank exactly.
You. Like we decided that we were going to grow from scratch with zero. So this is fun, but we want it to be fruitful.
Right. I love starting stuff from scratch. I think it's so much fun. So
it's organic. You get a real sense of the traffic and a good followership in the beginning. Like, it's people who actually enjoy the content. So it's not like I'm following you because I follow you on 50 other things.
Right.
Yeah. Like we get people who actually want the information and need it. And that helps us, like I said, produce more content for you guys too. Okay.
Don't you love Christina's giggle? Okay. We'll close with that.
Right. You guys have an awesome and productive day. And we will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this same link, same time. Don't forget, you can catch the recordings on YouTube. See you guys later.
Bye, everybody.